So, while we get just a couple minutes before we go in, and I wanted to share a thought with you. This one kind of came about just as we were driving. Today in shop class, we were using one of the most very basic diagnostic tools. We had an electrical issue that we were trying to track down. One of those gremlins that, happens sometimes. And those are the worst to try to diagnose. And so as we were trying to solve the issue on this vehicle, I was talking to them about, sometimes problems don't have a check engine light, a DTC. Sometimes they're just a problem that sits there that just keeps coming up randomly. And as we were going through different scan tools, oscilloscopes, voltmeters and ohmmeters, and trying to figure out what would be the best tool to use, I dug down to the bottom of my toolbox and I pulled out an old-fashioned test light. And using the test light, we were able to discover where the short was exactly and be able to fix the problem. And here's the fun, interesting thing about this, is we could pad ourselves with all sorts of diagnostic tools, in our own lives, meaning like comfort things and things like TVs and lack of thinking here, dishwashers and fancy vacuums and such. And I'm just laughing because I replaced all of those recently. But what it boils down to is sometimes when we're having a hard time, we got to look at the basic things. Really, sometimes it might just be, a little bit of a sleep problems, or you're not eating right, or you're not exercising. Because sometimes it's just the basic things that are holding us back. Just like that test light at the bottom of my toolbox was able to do what we needed. Instead of trying to pull out all the fancy scan equipment and oscilloscopes and stuff, it was the simple, humble test light that solved our problem. So as you go about this week, I want you to think about that. What is something, like, oh man, this is really bothering me, or that's what bothered me. What is the basic thing that you could do to help improve? Is it just simply putting your phone away? It could be as simply as not being in a rush, or understand that, okay, I'm running a little late and I need to move on, and well, I'm going to be a little late, and not rush ourselves, not be stressed. And I know that's easier said than done for sure, but find that one thing that's kind of bothering you and think to the basic part of it and figure out what you could do. You're not alone. God loves you. I love you. And so we write again. Thank you.